Now, wait a minute. She told you she likes other women?
Look, it's not like I was completely surprised. I mean, one thing I gotta give to the bitch, she's sexy. I mean, that's what the bitch is about, sex. So, it really doesn't surprise me that she's into both sides of the coin.
So if you weren't surprised by this woman's sexual appetites, and in fact she told you that she desires other women, why so much animosity toward her?
You mean, why am I gonna kill her? You ever been used, Doc? Used and humiliated for the sheer amusement of it? I mean, had someone fuck your head because they could? I mean, chewed up and then spit out like you're nothing? Well, that's what this cunt did to me.
How did she do that?
Well, she had a rocket up her ass on Chinese heifer in her late 40s. I mean, I guess you could say they both had the hots for each other. It's like seeing two heat-seeking missiles collide. Well, Anya worked the night shift with us as a paramedic as well, so I had the good fortune of seeing all this go down. I mean, they always come in together. I mean, I guess you could say it gave new meaning to the phrase, you know, don't shit what you eat. Well, needless to say, she dropped my ass like a hot turd.
No more dates, no more sex, no nothing, right?
I mean, look, I'm an adult. I mean, things change, people move on. I can live with that. You know, I mean, when I saw what was going on, I even backed off. One day I walk in the vending machine room and I see her doing Anya's nails right there. She sees me, what does she do? She fucking up, puts Anya's hand out to me and asks me what I think of her nails. I was just f***ed up.
Why was that?
She knew I was hurting, man. I mean, she knew what I was going through, seeing them together day after fucking day. She knew the position she put me in. So when she did that, I was just like putting a stake right through my heart. I mean, I didn't even say anything. I mean, I just walked off and all I could hear was them laughing. Laughing at me, man. I mean, that was some cruel fucked up shit. I mean, that was evil, man. That was venal.
And that's why you're proclaiming that you're gonna kill this woman?
Hey, look, Doc. Remember I told you she wasn't bisexual? That she's a fucking bull dyke? When I first found out she was really into her girlfriend, Anya, I kind of floated the idea. Maybe something, you know, her, Anya, and me. You know, what do you call that? Menage a trois type of deal. Well, she told me she didn't think Anya would be comfortable with that. I told her that was fucking bullshit. I told her I knew her game was. She liked to fucking on with women to fuck with men's heads. And she got real quiet for about 10 seconds. You know why? Because she knew it was the fucking truth. She's not only a bull dyke, she's the worst kind of bull dyke. She's a bull dyke that hates men. I'm telling you, Doc, I'm gonna fucking take her head off. I fucking mean it, man.
Alright, let's deal with that. Now, I'm sure you understand that if I felt you truly intended to harm or kill anyone, I would be morally as well as professionally compelled to notify the proper authority. Now, our confidentiality agreement is not viable under those circumstances. I just thought you should know that. However, you know, I don't really believe you intend to hurt anyone. That's why you're here. I think you're trying to work this whole thing out in your head, Ernie. That's what I feel. You want to know how it happened. I mean, you want to know why it happened. You're here because you're making an honest attempt to deal with the things you're feeling.
I don't know, Doc. I mean, I got some bad thoughts in my head. I mean, some real bad thoughts.
Well, of course you do. You're angry, wounded. Your pride's been hurt. And I'm sure you've had many fantasies about hurting and yes, even killing Lorraine. But if a person could be convicted for the thoughts in their head, well then, we'd all be in jail.
Got that right. I mean, I'd be serving like 12 life sentences right now. Okay, suppose I'm not going to kill anybody. I mean, I'm still pissed off, man. I'm pissed off. I don't know what to do about it, man.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't have some magic pill that's going to suddenly alleviate your pain. All we can do is take things one step at a time. Now, first of all, this woman, Lorraine, Now, if she engaged in the kind of inappropriate behavior you described, well, you know, people who wantonly, purposely hurt others in such a way usually don't feel very good about themselves. Now, Lorraine appears to be selfish and abusive, which leads me to the burning question I have for you, and that is, what were you seeking in this woman?
I don't know, Doc. I really don't.
You know, people can see other people so clearly, or at least they think they can. I mean, it's so very hard for us to look at ourselves objectively. Now, I want you to follow closely while I run down a few observations that I've made while listening to you. First of all, I think you projected onto this woman the image of some kind of sexual dynamo. Now, when she brought you to orgasm in that restaurant, without even touching you, well, let me tell you, her sexual prowess was all in your head. I mean, she had you so turned on that it wasn't very hard for her to meet your expectations once the two of you consummated your sexual desires physically. Are you following this?
Yeah, I'm with you, Doc.
Now, unfortunately, you equated the physical intimacy with involvement. She did not. In fact, the whole interplay appeared to be merely a game to her, nothing more. Now, you said that her brief displays of emotion during intercourse aroused you to ejaculation because it incited in you some sort of passion. But interestingly enough, the more she became inaccessible to you, like playing hard to get, taking a new sexual partner, ultimately screening you out, the more you wanted her. Now, that brings me to the question I asked you before about your mother. If the two of you had a close relationship. You said no, and clearly you didn't want to discuss the matter any further. Now, I know we're dealing with some anger issues here, but I also believe that we may be dealing with some issues of... Now, I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, you were attempting to work out some issues you have with your mother through this woman. But we need to talk about your relationship with your mother to find out if I'm on the right track. I figure it's as good a place as any to explore, and, well, what do you say?
Shit, man. That's a whole lot of different angles I really didn't think about. I mean, sure, Doc, I mean, if it helps the cause, why not?